My name is Deirdre O'Connell, and I'm nominated for Best Actress for Dana H.
It is Tony Day. How excited are you?
I'm very, very excited. I'm very excited and happy. And I'm very excited and happy for all of us to be back in the world and to be able to look at each other in the eye and say, we did it, we survived. Look at us, we're here. This is unbelievable. That's how it feels. I mean, I think it will continue to feel that way.
Beautiful piece. It's such a unique piece, Dana H. I mean, it starts, I just had your sound man. I mean, it's so...
You did. You had me.
It's so...
It's unbelievable what he did, right? And I felt like Misha and I were inside the same brain for whatever that was, 3 years. Yeah, and that was a good brain to be inside with.
What were the challenges for you with working on this? Because, we listen to a voice, but then it becomes you, and you become her.
There were a lot of challenges. The tale was harrowing, so to keep myself healthy and happy during the time when I was working on it was, you had to really take care of your mental health. But the real dark moments of the soul had to do with learning it. That was before I knew whether we could pull this off, whether anybody would like watching us do it. I had to really learn it, and that was 2 months of just grueling, listening to it, reading it, learning it, unlearning it, having it shatter in my mind because I had never had to learn anything quite that way before. I was thinking about concert pianists and dancers, of course, but when that kind of precision, having to be inside somebody else's breath and having to respect the timing of something that's not particularly yours necessarily, and then learn about what it is to be inside someone else's mind and heart to that, but from the outside in that way. It was there were some tears were shed while I was trying to learn it. Because I thought I couldn't quite a few times. I just thought, I can't. And then it got closer and closer. But it was just step by step. There was no aha moment or moment of relaxation. And we were scared the whole time that the first audience, the first time we moved to each city, the first time we moved to Broadway, every time they're like, now they're going to start walking out. Now they're just going to turn around and say no. And every time it would get embraced and people would be more sitting forward in their seats and wanting to watch this strange empathy chair that I was sitting in.
Because I was going to ask you, you brought so much joy to theater goers, and you introduced a lot of young people to the theater for the very first time. I had a lot of young kids that were sitting, one of the times I saw it on Broadway, who had never seen anything live.
Really?
And they were like, oh my God, who is Deirdre O'Connell? I've fallen in love with her.
Can you imagine if that was the first play you had ever seen? Wow. That's incredible. When they go to see other plays, they'll be like, why are they talking with their voices?
But it must make you feel so good, though, to introduce young audiences to the theater.
Yes, the idea that that would be the first piece someone had ever seen, that just blows my mind in the best way.
What gave you the most joy of doing Dana H? It's difficult, it's challenging. How rewarding and joyful was it?
It was the fact that the audiences were immediately quiet in a way I'd never experienced in the theater before. And the way that people just grabbed their seats and wanted to go on this real subtle thrill ride. The fact that I had underestimated the audience's ability to embrace that kind of odd experience. It was that silence. It was that strange silence when I would realize they're not even breathing. I had never quite, and it happened consistently. So it was that.
You're wearing a Tony pin.
I'm wearing a Tony pin, you guys. What the heck? For that. Did you see it off Broadway first? Did it occur to you that this would happen? No, right? It's not. I'm not being fake humble. This was not the plan. So this is just like the skies opening up and pouring blessings upon us. It really is.